Hello and welcome back to Exothermic Plays Games. I'm Exothermic and the date today is Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024. I've been doing a countdown of my favorite video games of all time through each day of the year, and coming in at number 224 is Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Final Fantasy games typically have certain things that are consistent about them. Crystal Chronicles throws a lot of it out the window to reimagine the franchise. The aesthetic is wildly different from what the games historically are, and the way the crystals are integrated into the world is pretty interesting and unique. While the vast majority of games in the franchise are single-player experiences, this one is geared towards couch co-op. You play largely out of a single village, and while you do go out to explore the world, it's in the name of protecting your village all of the players are from, and keep coming back to check on family and grow the town over time. There's several different playable characters, and as you play with them, you can build up the different businesses and other things throughout the village. The gameplay is real-time action with a menu of abilities or items to cycle through. Unlike every other game in the franchise, you pretty much start with a blank slate apart from your equipment as you enter each dungeon. From defeating enemies or opening chests, you can find orbs that have spells for you to cast and treasure to collect throughout the level. As you progress through the level, you have to be mindful of your crystal chalice. In single player, you have a Moogle friend that travels with you and can carry the chalice for you, but in multiplayer, it's up to the players to juggle the chalice. The importance of it is that there's a poisonous gas throughout the whole world, and the chalice projects an aura that protects you from constantly taking damage. You can leave the aura, but be prepared to suffer for it. At the end of each dungeon, there's a boss guarding a big crystal tree thing, and you collect magical crystal water from it for your chalice? Look, I never said the story made a lot of sense, although it is kind of fun. Anyways, you fill your chalice from this pilgrimage with your caravan so you can power the big crystal in your village to keep the poisonous gas away. Along the way, you may run into other caravans and have little story cutscenes as you piece together different parts of the story, giving a feeling of a pretty active and vibrant world. You'll even get mail from your family members back home while you travel and can send back gifts, which sometimes leads to further rewards. The mail is delivered by Moogles. As I mentioned, there's a lot of things that are different about this game, but one thing that stayed consistent is how much they loved Moogles on the development team. You have one traveling with you, you get mail from them, and you can even find holes with their little Moogle homes to collect little Moogle stamps, and then decorate your own Moogle with spray paint. Ultimately, the story is pretty meh, but it does work, and the world itself is interesting. The single player is fun, but the real game is in the multiplayer. Not only do you juggle the chalice and puzzle components together, but you can combine different spells to fuse them for bigger effects. Based on which spells you combine, you'll get different results. For example, 2 players casting fire on the same spot will make Fira, while a 3-player combo of Raise, Cure, and Cure will cast Haste. The pacing of combat means you need to really coordinate your actions with the other players, and makes for a tremendous amount of fun, even if I unfortunately wasn't able to get scheduling to work to record any of this awesome multiplayer for this particular video. Join me tomorrow as I talk about the 223rd game on my list, where I am eager to be punched by a goblin.